if you want to see how you are going to use your phone to book the appointment at the BLS Spain Portal, BLS International, this video is for you. Now, if you don't know how to register to the site, maybe I have a video down below, so you can click on that link and see how best you can register to the portal. The portal has been updated, right? So the portal has been updated, so you need to gather some information down before you even started the application process, right? So your appointment process. Now, just you can see from this video, I'm using my phone to book the process. So this happens after I got notified that the portal has been open, right? So the portal, the slot is available for an appointment. Okay, I quickly log in with my phone, right? So I log in with my phone. As you can see, after you log in, you need to automatically your passport details, and then your date and everything on the passport is already in the system. That is why if you are applying, you have to make sure that you use your passport details in the registration process, right? In the registration process, you have to use your passport details. You can't use your details and book it for someone. It doesn't work like that. That's a new update you have to know. So what are some of the things you have to consider here? One, you can see the information. I think the person inviting you, or if you are going on visit, right? So visit, that is the person inviting you, details, the name, the contact address, and then what again? I think, yes, the name and the zip code of the country. For Spain, you should know that zip code by now. And then okay, you also have your address available. Unlike the olden days, you don't need all those things. You also have your address available, and then your contact, your email. And this is a very quick one, right? So this is a very quick one. You have to make sure that this portal work mostly with your email address. So make sure that your email is very active. We email in Yajma, Chama, forget, you are going to suffer, because this portal, they don't normally open it anyhow. It's on some schedule, right? So on schedule that they have been opening the portal. When the man will say, okay, my Chama might be a portal, and before you have to do all your preparation down. It's just like you are going to prepare jollof rice. So all your ingredients has to be done. The ingredients like your name, your contact address, the person inviting you, details, contact address, then their locations, and all those stuff. So if you are going on tourist, how do you go about that? You have to book your hotel and then the other stuff. So with the hotel, you have to know the hotel details, right? So you have to know the hotel details, their locations, and then their contact number. All these things has to be at your disposal, right, before you even started logging into the portal for an appointment. And it's normally happy based on time. When I was trying this the first, I don't know if that will happen in this video. When I was trying, this is the first time I'm booking the appointment on the portal after the new update, right? When I was trying the first, do you know what happened? I managed to go to the point where there's a payment. Of course, there's a payment on the portal. So for those of you who are watching from Ghana, I think there's a fee for, as at now, the time of making this video is 261, right? So 261 Ghana cedi. That's the fee you have to pay at the portal. Is that okay? The fee at the portal is 261. You have to pay that after you selected everything. Last minute, I managed to go there are 4 sections. The first section is your applicant details, and then the second one should be I think the second part should be your organization details. Yeah, sure. So you can see from the video at the top your organization or something like that. Yeah, organization details, or the one invites you where you are going. And then the last one, the third one is the payment, and finally you have to confirm. I managed to go to the payment option, and then they say my session has expired. What? I'm going to start all over again. Guys, this thing, there's a pressure on it, serious pressure on it. So that's also why I'm making this video, to let you be aware that as an always start maybe make sure that you have all the information that almost all the information. Buy and answer, oh, what is on my BA copy and paste. No, I paste it there too. Copy and paste. No, I paste it. Copy and paste. No, I paste it there too. Copy and paste. No, I paste it. There too. Now, do you know something? The funny thing, then what I've observed on this platform is that you see whatever there's an asterisk. So as a newbie, a new to the portal, you may try to fill all the information with the asterisk. Almost all the information with the asterisk. Well, that was what I was doing at the beginning. My lord, I couldn't finish. I tried this like 3 times. I couldn't finish. So quickly something came to my mind. These are the tips. If you want to know that, stay here to the end of the video and then let's see. So you can see, right, I'm filling in the information for the appointment, right? I don't know why these people have updated the system in such a way that all this information has to be provided before you book the appointment. Okay, so the question is, can you let someone book the appointment for you? Well, if some is against the law that you should let somebody book the appointment for you for money or something like that. But here my question is there everyone who is comfortable with using the computer or filling information like this? It's not everyone that got the idea on how to go about it, right? So if that is the case, of course you may need someone to assist you, right? You may need somebody to assist you. So here what I would suggest is that a trusted person, right? So a trusted person, because even signing up to the portal, you have to use your passport details to sign up. Somebody can use his or her details and sign up and then book for another person. It doesn't work like that. The new portal is no more working like that, right? Or booking it in the name of someone. The portal doesn't work like that again. So if you have a trusted person or somebody you trust, or you don't have time because of your schedules and that, you can't keep on monitoring the portal day in day out, right? You can't do that. Why? Won't it work? So you need somebody to be on your house. If you don't have the time, and then you give that person all your credentials, your details, and then everything, and then the person did that for you. But the point is, I may advise you that it should be always at least 1 month interval before you start. Maybe you are going, some people may wait till 2 weeks to their departure, 2 weeks to their trip, a week to their trip, and then now they'll be fighting for an appointment. You aren't gonna get it. Unya. If you get it, you manage to get it within that period of time, then I may call it your luck. Or maybe they open the portal during that time and then you manage to get it. This portal normally, from the observation of things, is normally open maybe let's say 2 weeks interval. But it depends. This is not an accurate information. But from my observation, right? My observation as a consultancy, a travel consultant, this is what I've seen, right? So you can see I'm struggling because the thing, if I don't book it very fast, I will be in trouble. So I have to keep on checking my notification. And then you see the first part, I've already exhausted 25 percent of the booking, right? So you need to have all these information down. You need to have all of them down. Almost all of them. You have to have all these information down. And one thing that is, you have to make sure that you have your passport picture size on your phone, right? A passport picture size with some, let's say, if I can remember, 1 something kilobyte, to something normal passport picture size, right? So we need to upload that to the portal for an identification. These fraudulent are spoiling the system, right? So they say the passport this thing for identification purpose. Is that okay? And also make sure that you have a strong internet connection. Other than that, you can't book it. I'm telling you the fact, you can't book it. To make it more easier, that's why I'm making this video. So you can see, so all these informations are needed, right? So you need to gather all these informations. But when na no for to to say you be no away bus, then you go and what, book your things on there. Even if you book it doesn't keep long, right? So if you have all this information, now that I know how the portal works, unless I didn't hear that the portal has been open within some few minutes and other stuff, if the system has not jammed, you manage to book it, right? You will manage to book it. So just follow the step one by one and then observe what is happening. It's not necessary that you need how do you call it, a laptop, right, to book the appointment. You can use your phone. As you can see from this video, that is pure my phone, right? Of course, that is my Android phone. Because the portal will be opening impromptu without any notification. But how do you, some of the things, how do you get notified that the portal is open? Okay, you may call the BLS office to find out, right? On time, or they can give you the exact information where the portal will be open for an appointment. And you can also check their website as well under the news and then notification, right? So you can also check that when the portal will be released for an appointment. If you haven't booked the appointment recently at the BLS portal, these are the information that you have to keep in mind. Is that okay? You can see I'm still what, feeling it, feeling. At this point, if you're interested, you may pause the video, right? So because those are the necessary information that you may need to book the appointment at the portal. Is that okay? These are all the information. Now here's the trick. What is the trick here? Let me give that to you before we leave. So it got to a point I realized that filling all this information is not really necessary for to me, right? So to me, because one, if someone is inviting me, is there, so I only need to fill the portion where the person inviting me or the organization that is inviting me details. So I don't need to proceed and feel like a tourist center and other things information on the portal again. Is that okay? So what do? If I feel one or two information, I get to the down there quickly and click on submit, right? If I fill one or two information, then I go to the down and then submit. Once I click on the submit, you see that the system will notify me that I have to provide this particular information. Then I'll go to the portion where that information or where the portion of that information is, and then I provide that into the system, right? So once I provide it, I come down, I click on submit. Is okay, because the key here is that you need an appointment. This is not your final decision, neither this is your visa form. It's an appointment that you need. So I just fill in the information and then click on submit. One or two information, click on submit. One or two information, and then click on submit, right? So once I click on submit, the system tells me that okay, go and provide this address line 1, applicant address line 1, the zip code of the person inviting you, what and what the contact of the person. Then quickly the system alerts me that okay, maybe this is enough for the system, that I can proceed to the next stage. That is how fast I can book the new BLS portal appointment. Is that okay? So you have all your departure dates available, and then arrival, and so all those dates must be available. If you have a fingerprint collected last 59 months ago, you are going to keep that date in mind, right? So the day that you made that submitting during the Schengen area, right? So during the Schengen area, because it's been, I'm sure, so if you ever apply to the system for some few months ago, maybe you don't need to do any fingerprint again at your center, right? Because they already have that in the system. So you're gonna keep that date in mind. If that is your first time, there's no need for you to select any date again, right? Okay, so submit. Okay, the system alerts me that okay, I have to go back and go and fill in this particular information. As well as the email of the where you are going, right? So the email, you have to keep all those emails in your mind. It's a whole lot of information, right? So it's a whole lot of information. Make sure that you have everything. If you really need this an appointment by yourself, right? So you can see from here I've got to the payment. This appointment. The way I struggled to go to this point for the first time. So that is my payment side. So at the payment side, so they are going to provide you with some things, right? Some things like a booking, like booking premium service, and then other stuff, a whole lot of stuff, right? So a whole lot of stuff. If you are not interested in that, at the beginning I was confused, right? Very, very confused. So I'll just click on accepted and then move, accepted and move. I can see that my amount was increasing. And I said, what? Because I know that the basic price of the appointment is 261 in Ghana, right? So later I got to realize that what courier service and all other stuff are included. If you click on that, you can see that your amount is going, keep on going, keep on going. So what is the secret here? So you can see on the left hand side here, there's a skip there. So all that you need to do is skip. If you're not interested in any of those services, you keep on skipping till you get a basic price. That is 261, right? But if you're interested in any of the service, yeah, you just accept it and then move on to the next stage. so maybe you can take your time and check some of the details here, right? So some of the details and then the service that they are providing to you. All these things is time wasting. Before you realize, they say the system is you are session as a spy. That's why I say that you need to gather all the information that before you even proceed out, so that you don't waste much time at the what at the applicant details over there. So this is the whole process on how the new BLS portal system is working for an appointment. Is that okay? If you have any question, maybe don't hesitate to comment in the comment section below. I'll be glad to assist you, right? So we have been in the field for many years now, right? So many years as a registered travel consultancy. So we've seen a lot of the issue, especially in Europe. We've seen a lot of the issue, including their documents and then processing. Which document do you need for your visa application? Do you need any guideline? You may comment, right? You may comment. We'll be glad to assist you. Is it a legalization process, marriage certificate? Is it the documents that you needed for your visa application? Of course, which type of visa application do you need? With Europe, we can assist you, especially in Spain. We are ever ready to help you. What is happening here? Guys, this is my first time. I managed to go to this point. So I couldn't make the payment up to that point. Then I needed to start all over again. Don't do that mistake. Well, okay? Never do that mistake. The key here is to have all the information done. That is very simple. Very, very simple and straight. Have the information, have your details, your address, your everything, and then where you are going. If someone is inviting you, make sure that you have the details of that person, the details, the person's name, contact number, address. Yeah, that will be all. Okay, now for you, the day that you want to leave, the day that you are returning, and then some of other things. As I said from this video, you need to gather all those. If you have these things, and then the second you got information where the portal will be open for an appointment, you are free to go, right? You are free to go. Even if you have the time, you don't need anybody to do this thing for you. You can see I'm using my phone on that, right? So I'm using my phone. You don't necessarily need to be behind a laptop or a PC before you can book this. Even though using a PC will be the fastest way, but you can also use the phone to do that if you know exactly what you are doing. Do you need any help? Well, just comment, right? So if you get some value from this video, why don't you subscribe to the channel for any update, right? When it comes to documents legalization and attestation in the visa application, especially in Europe, we are glad to assist you, right? Just comment. Just make sure that you comment in the comment section below.